What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Cosmos, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today, my friends, we're going to be ranking every single trap item inside of Fortnite from worst to best. With the inclusion of the brand new bouncer, I thought there was no better time to go ahead and rank every trap from worst to best. And this isn't only like the traps that actually kill people, such as the damage trap, it also includes the launch pad, the cozy campfire, anything that goes inside of that trap slot inside of Fortnite Battle Royale. We're also going to be including the two, I guess, like vaulted traps, which were in the game quite a while ago, but they have been vaulted. So I thought I'd go ahead and add them to the list. But you guys absolutely love this series where we go ahead and rank stuff from worst to best. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button as well, subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're on that road to 100k subscribers. It'd mean the world to me if you guys could go ahead and drop a sub button. It takes 1 second of your time, and it really means a lot to me. But ladies and gentlemen, without waiting any longer, if I did miss any traps, or I don't think I did, tell me in the comment section, but I think we're good. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and begin. In our last spot right now, as the worst trap inside of Fortnite, we have the War Dynamo. Now, the thing that was so bad about this trap, it was taken out for a reason, because it was really just pointless, and it just clogged up a whole bunch of loot inside of the game, so they went ahead and took it out, and that reason is because it was just absolutely terrible. And the reason why is you would never get killed with it unless you came up against an absolute bot with his sound off inside of the game, because literally the War Dynamo just made this loud sound, and like you just couldn't like accidentally walk through it unless you had your sound off. So it really was just ineffective being a trap because it just had the loudest sound. I'm not sure exactly how much damage it did. It probably only did like 100 damage, but if you were dumb enough to walk through it, I think you deserved to die straight up, because it was just, if you died by one of these things, you would just feel so bad. And I don't think I've really ever died from one of them, because it's just so loud and you can literally hear it from like the other side of the whole entire map. I swear to God, it's so loud, which is really what makes this thing so ineffective. So basically, if you guys don't know, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory about this. Basically, the War Dynamo was something, it was like, I guess like a kind of electric machine that you can only put on the side of walls. So you could only put it on the side of walls, and basically what happened was if you walked through it, obviously it would activate and it would kill you. That's how basically the War Dynamo worked. It could only go on the walls, so it couldn't go on the roof, and it could not really go anywhere else. So yeah, basically it's our worst trap on the list, just because 1, it could only go on walls, 2, it just made the loudest sound, and you just wouldn't get kills with it. So that's why they took it out, because it was really just pointless inside of the game. Next up, we have another one of the removed items inside of Fortnite. This is the ceiling trap, which once again, like the War Dynamo, was taken out of the game. And once again, like the War Dynamo, was absolutely trash. This trap was also taken out at the same time as the War Dynamo, but the thing that made it a little bit better was that it could actually go on ceiling, so it's a little bit harder to spot. So if you look through a window, you would see the War Dynamo straight away, but with the ceiling trap, not many people actually looked up. But once again, a big put off for this was the noise. Once again, it had a really loud noise, the ceiling trap. It was like just a little, I guess, just electricity thing on the roof, which literally all you heard was just zapping inside of this room. And it's really just like, yeah, I'm not gonna walk in that room. No one was really dumb enough to actually die from it, unless of course you had your sound off. So yeah, that is in our spot right there with the ceiling trap. Once again, another just really useless and bad trap that was taken out of the game. It really was just absolutely pointless, because you wouldn't get kills with it, and if you picked them up, they just clogged up your inventory, and you just didn't really want them at all. So yeah, that's probably why they took them out, because they're just absolutely useless, and they just wouldn't get you kills. It literally was just so bad. What they could have done is just buffed it and just gone ahead and just, I guess, made it like silent, and so people actually had to look for it. But yeah, they didn't go ahead and do that. Instead, they just took them out of the game, which I think is still a really good idea, because it just clogged up your inventory anyway. Now, and the next spot is the brand new item. Now, I know a lot of you guys might really like this, but I think it's just, compared to the other traps, it really is not good enough. It really isn't. This is the bouncer, just came out. Now, the good thing about it is you cannot take any full damage from it, and it comes in stacks of 3. But the bad thing about it is just, if you put it on the ground, just like straight flat on the ground. You're not really going to go too high up, and it really doesn't serve a point. I think what they did with this is they went ahead and put it into the game just as like a really fun thing to use, which yeah, it is really fun to use. You can build a sky base, just go ahead, jump off this and take no fall damage and just jump on some guy that's all the way in the ground, which is really, really cool, which is what I like. But the bad thing about it is, yeah, it's just not really effective. Like, if you're in a gunfight, it's not really effective. It's not really going to help you out. And it just really is just in there, I think, just for fun, just for like a fun item. They've done this with like the shopping cart. The shopping cart isn't made to be OP. I don't think the bounce is made to be OP as well. I think it's just there, I guess, just for some really fun thing to do. And I think Fortnite have been doing that lately. They've been adding in items that are just really fun things around the map that don't really, I guess, they're not really too OP, but they're just really cool things that you can go ahead and use if you're bored, just to like offer up variety inside of the game. Even with the brand new mushrooms and apples inside of the game, they aren't OP, they aren't really OP, but they just offer a different mechanic inside of the game and really just change it up for you, which I really do like. But that's why the bounce is there. We're ranking this on most effectiveness on this list. We're ranking it by most effective and like most able to be used, the best way, the best, I guess, in like every circumstance to be able to use. And the bouncer just isn't that, in my opinion. It's not amazing, and I don't see myself using this in the future if I'm going and playing really try hard and trying to get wins. Next up, we're down to our final 3 traps already, and then next up we have the damage trap. Now, the damage trap, in my opinion, is 1, really fun to use, and 2, it can be effective in some sorts of situations. This would have been probably even higher up on the list. I found it really hard to compare the bouncer and the damage trap, but I put the damage trap a little bit ahead of the bouncer just because I think it's a little more effective. Now, the good thing about this is you can go ahead and put this in houses and you have a chance of getting a kill. With bouncers, you cannot really get kills, but obviously the damage traps, they only do 75 damage. If they did 100 damage, I'd definitely put it ahead of the bouncer, but I think it's only just more effective than the bouncer right now. It only does 75 damage. They went ahead and nerfed it in a recent patch, which I don't think was really needed. I think the 100 damage was fine, but yeah, it really just, once again, when it was 100 damage, usually the skilled players never died from the damage traps because they usually looked up in the sky, but yeah, the damage trap is in our number 3 spot. Definitely, it can be effective if you do place this inside of houses. You can even use it as baiting, so you can just go ahead and put down like a golden sky and then have 2 traps there, so you can go ahead and kill the guy, and it's really fun to use because you can just go ahead and trap the last guy. That's a really, really fun thing to do. But yeah, the damage trap used to actually, it wasn't like the damage trap when the ceiling trap and the War Dynamo were out. It was actually the same thing, but you could only put it on the ground. So it's called a spike trap, and you could only put it on the ground back in the day. But yeah, it was still pretty good back then, but definitely I think it's a lot better now. Now they can put it on walls, floors, and on the roof, which I think the roof is the most effective. But that you were never able to do that until the War Dynamo and the ceiling trap were taken out of the game. So yeah, damage trap is definitely a very effective item if used correctly inside of Fortnite, and it's in our number 3 spot on the list. Okay, number 2 spot is definitely, if you're playing squads, even in solos, can really be a lifesaver. This is the Cozy Campfire. This was added into the game a little while back, and yeah, the Cozy Campfire can be amazing if used correctly, and it can just really change games. Like, if you're on 50 HP, you got nothing. You got no healing at all. You've just gotten out of the zone. Just go ahead and put down a Cozy Campfire on the ground, and you and your whole team can go ahead and get back to full health if you have 50 health or more, which is really, really cool. It can really be life-saving, because I know so many times that a Cozy Campfire is just clutched up for me. Even if you're in a gunfight and you're really, really low, chop down a Cozy Campfire and you can heal up while being able to shoot at the enemy as well, which I think is just an absolutely amazing, amazing thing inside of Fortnite. And that's really what makes the Cozy Campfire really well. It's really effective, and it really does help you out. Even though it only gives you 50 health, it's really good in squads, and it can really, 50 health can really just save you from a whole another shot of an AR, and even like a couple of shots from shotguns if the guy doesn't get headshots on you, which can really be a game changer and make you win the game. So that's why the Cozy Campfire is so high up on the list, because I just think it is absolutely amazing. It's definitely saved my life a whole bunch. Even if you're really low health and you're in zone and you need to pop a med kit, but you don't have enough time, so you go ahead, put down a Cozy Campfire, so you don't lose any health, then put on a med kit. And the amount of times that strategy has saved my life is absolutely insane. It is really just so OP. And Cozy Campfires, bro, just absolutely amazing. Definitely one of the best healing items in the game, and definitely one of the best traps as well. One of the most effective, one of the most that I use. Definitely our number 2 spot, because our number 1 spot is definitely a lot better. But I think the Cozy Campfire is also just absolutely amazing. And obviously in our number 1 spot, we have definitely the most effective. It's fun, it's effective, it is honestly definitely the best trap inside of the game. This is the launch pad. Now, the launch pad is just absolutely amazing. Now, this thing can like save you so much, as well as just being a really fun thing to use. Now, the launchpad can save you from so many different situations. If you need to go ahead and quickly get into the zone when you have no healing and basically all hope is lost, and then you put down a launchpad, it can really just change that up. It is honestly just absolutely amazing at getting into the zone. You can even use it if you're like there's 3 guys around you and you're stuck in the middle of a gunfight. Go ahead and use a launchpad, get the hell out of there. And even if you want to rush someone, you don't have a sniper rifle, you're getting pinned down by some guy with a sniper rifle, go ahead, use that. Even if you're in a sky base and someone's shooting you down, go ahead, use the launch pad. You're going to take no damage at all. It is just honestly an absolutely amazing item in Fortnite. Definitely the best trap by far, I think. Definitely the most used trap that I have. I use this so much. If I get it, I want to use it as much as I can because it's just absolutely amazing. Definitely one of the best traps, and definitely the best trap, I should say, inside of the game. But tell me, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys use, like, maybe the Campfire more than the launch pad? I think I use the launch pad most, and I think, in my opinion, the launch pad is most effective. But I think some of you guys might like the Campfire better, but in my opinion, the launch pad is just absolutely life-saving. It can save you from the zone, even if you want to quickly get into the zone. Just say you spawn in at Lucky Landing, the zone's all the way in tilted, you find a launch pad, or you can just easily get in the zone without having to run. Saves so much time. Definitely an absolutely amazing item, and it is our number 1 spot, ranking every item from worst to best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out to today's video. Hope you guys are going to enjoy. If you did, smash the like button as well as subscribing to the channel, and also go ahead and chuck in the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our videos coming in the future. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.